Please rise if you are able. If you are able, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras s'est porté les pieds, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Welcome, graduates, family, friends, and honored guests to Convocation at the University of Waterloo. My name is Vivek Goel, and it is my honor to serve as President and Vice Chancellor and to preside over today's ceremony where we celebrate our graduates and their accomplishments. Thank you to Julianne de Rocher, our anthem singer today. To our graduates, today we recognize your hard work, dedication, and accomplishments. You will cross the stage today having gained more than the lessons learned in the classroom or lab. You have built relationships and made positive contributions to the university and our surrounding community. I see many family, friends, and supporters of our graduates here in the audience. You should also be recognized for your important roles in supporting our graduates throughout their academic journey. Graduates, let's give a hand to your supporters. I also want to acknowledge that our world has faced some big challenges over the last few years. Global issues continue to affect our community in different ways and have played a part in shaping your experiences here. Through it all, you demonstrated resilience and perseverance. These attributes will serve you well as you enter the next phase of your lives. Today's celebration is based on tradition. The Haudenosaunee peoples also have a rich and vibrant culture that embraces knowledge sharing. As such, it is important to reflect and acknowledge that the University of Waterloo's campuses in Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge are situated on the Haldimand Tract, land 6 miles on each side of the Grand River, granted to the Haudenosaunee of 6 nations. The land inside and surrounding the Haldimand Tract, including our Stratford campus, is the traditional territory of the Attawandaron, Anishinaabe, and Haudenosaunee. I also acknowledge and recognize this area is now home to many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis groups. As part of today's ceremony, a number of Indigenous components play a prominent role. Their inclusion reflects our commitment to truth and reconciliation. Our Eagle staff led our procession today ahead of our mace. The mace is the traditional symbol of European origins, while the Eagle staff reflects the wisdom, strength, and honor of those that carry it in representation of nations across Turtle Island. The Chancellor and I are also proud to wear Indigenous beading on our regalia and are grateful to Marilyn Sutherland, a Cree master beader from Kitchener, for her work in adorning our robes. We will start the ceremony with a special Indigenous opening. It is my privilege to welcome the Cedar Hill Singers and Mayangan Henry, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper. As they make their way to the podium, I would like to extend a special thank you. Elder Henry provides a special Indigenous opening and closing to all of our ceremonies. His words serve an important role in the reconciliation process, and I've seen the impact they have on our graduates, our guests, and our university. Elder Henry.
Ani, Bujo, Sego, Nanse, Segoli. Just a few words in the indigenous languages that mean greeting and gathering together. I want to thank Cedar Hill. You know, they come here every ceremony and they sing these beautiful songs. They're part of our foundation as the indigenous community in this region. They carry so much thrill to our communities and bring that knowledge to all our community, and even teach our young people to sing these songs that get passed on through tradition. I want to thank Gladwin Badger, who carried the Eagle staff today, fought in the Canadian Wars and shares his knowledge with us as he walks to your ceremony. And it reminded me of something really important to think about. There was a time in our history in Canada when we couldn't join the forces. We couldn't come to the university. Indigenous people were not allowed to participate in society. In fact, we couldn't even congregate in groups of 3 or more in the urban settings. It was against the law for us to meet. And so things have changed drastically. We've seen some damages in our community with the results of the residential schools, murdered and missing women, and more recently, the child welfare that's neglected our children. So something had to happen in this country. As the settlers came, they seen the wealth of this land. They grew to love the land that is here. And they didn't want to have the indigenous people a part of that process. The thought was we could get rid of and exterminate indigenous people and take the land for ourselves. Over time, it worked quite well because at the time of Columbus arriving in the 1400s, they said there were 60 million indigenous people in Canada, or the United States, or Turtle Island, what we call North America. And then at the beginning of the residential schools, there was in the 1750s, we were reduced to almost 500,000 due to illness and colonization. So now that we've looked at our history, we'd like to look at our future. And today, standing here with you, enjoying your celebration, I want to thank the leadership of your university for their thoughtful reconciliation process, because they know the statistics, they know the history, and they wanted to change it. So University of Waterloo has made a major commitment to reconciliation, and we're not going to go back to those days again. So if you're an Indigenous student graduating today, we honor you. We hope that we see more and more over time. So it's a special day for us to celebrate with you because, like I said, we couldn't before. Now we're here celebrating you on the stage of your celebration. We want to say in my language, miigwech, which means thank you, and we want to say it's an honor to celebrate with you today. Miigwech, everybody.
Thank you, Elder Henry, and thank you to the Cedar Hill singers. Good morning. Let's try this. Good morning. Fantastic. Feels like class, right? I want to start out by, first of all, thanking all our incredible volunteers and everyone else that is behind the scenes but has made this moment perfect for you. They have worked tirelessly on every detail, and I think we owe it to them to give them a big round of applause. Graduates, families, friends here, and everyone online, and esteemed faculty. I'm Jagdeep Singh Bashir, your Chancellor, and I'm so honored to help you celebrate one of life's great milestones. Congratulations, class of 2026. My allegiance to this university goes back more than 30 years. Here's where my mind opened.
and I began to believe anything was possible. And I wish the same for all of you. Now, this is the most exciting, and depending on your perspective, unsettling time to be alive since anyone in this room was born. I don't say that lightly. I've spent personally more than 12 years as the University of California's Chief Investment Officer, managing nearly $250 billion US. And my job is figuring out where the world is heading and betting big on that direction. And so much of the exciting innovation fueling this new era traces to places like Waterloo. The three principles I believe are the most important and powerful tools you can carry out of this great university that could help you with the future are these. Stay curious, you know that. Think big and take risks. I'll start with curiosity. Recently, I had the pleasure of moderating a panel with 3 Nobel laureates on the 1st of May, including Dr. Donna Strickland, Waterloo's own. Now, she said something that I haven't stopped thinking about. She said, the AI tools of the future are incredibly good at giving us answers, but they can't do something essential. They can't tell us what questions to ask. They can't teach curiosity. Think about that. In a world flooded with information, the most valuable thing you can possess is the ability to ask good questions. Every breakthrough starts that way. Someone looks around and says, why? Or what if? Or simply, can or should we do this? I've lived this. My family emigrated to Canada from Nigeria when I was 15. Similar story to probably many of your families as well. At the consulate in Lagos, my father asked an immigration officer, where should we go? His son needed an engineering school and his daughter a medical school. The officer said one word, Waterloo. A few months later, the 4 of us landed in Canada. 2 days after that, I started studying mechanical engineering. I was 15 years old with absolutely no idea what was ahead of me. But I was curious. And that curiosity has carried me farther than any of the 3 Waterloo degrees I hold. A lot of great things start with a question. Being curious enough to ask and patient enough to chase the answer, especially for our PhD students. And here's the thing about curiosity. It's almost always sparked by human connection. Our AI agents, and very appropriately, something you're familiar with, they aren't going to inspire us. People are, places are, life is. So stay open, stay in learning mode, and that may sound strange to people who just spent years in school, but here's what I mean. Don't let today be the day that you stop being a student. Nurture and grow the curiosity you were born with. Walk out of here with your eyes open and your sense of wonder fully alive. Something could inspire you tomorrow and become the passion of your life if you let it in. Now I want to talk about thinking big. So once you've asked the right question, you need the courage and the confidence to imagine a big answer. I thought I was going to be an aeronautical engineer. I loved planes. I still do. But the situation on the ground changed. I pivoted. None of that happened because I played it safe. It happened because at every turning point, I gave myself permission to think bigger than what felt comfortable. Think about the world you're entering. When Google launched, the idea of organizing all the world's information felt impossible. Multiply that by 1 billion, and that's where we are today. So please, don't shrink your ambitions or your audacious goals to match someone else's expectations, or because you're afraid of change. You notice I said please. I'm Canadian too. We can still be nice. We should always be kind and grateful. And remember, the world doesn't need more people who simply fit in. It needs people who reshape what's possible. That's us, and that's you. So which leads me to the last part, which is risk-taking. Here's the part nobody tells you at graduation. Curiosity without action is just daydreaming. Big thinking without execution is just a whiteboard. At some point, you must leap. My parents are lifelong teachers with an undying belief that the greatest gift they could give their children was a good education. I'm sure like many of your parents in the room today. When we boarded that plane to Canada, they didn't have a detailed plan. What they had was confidence, that leap, that willingness to act before they had all the answers. Even when they felt pangs of fear, that changed the course of our family's life. And you will face moments like this, where the safe choice and the right choice are not the same. My advice, take the road less traveled. Start the company, publish the novel, move to the city where you don't know anyone, write the model. Raise your hand for the project that scares you. Say yes before you feel ready, because if you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. And the world may well pass you by. That's a risk too. When you fail, and you will fail, because everyone who takes real risks does. Get back up. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the cost of admission. Stay curious, think big, take risks. That's the formula. That's the model. That's what Waterloo taught you, whether you realized it or not. And that's what the world needs from you. Not someday, right now, especially now. Network with members of the Waterloo community, your friends. Use this priceless lifelong connection and be useful right back. Don't forget the people you got here, or the people who helped get you here. I also had a graduation of my daughter from high school 2 weeks ago, and I firsthand realized the importance of what the parents feel sitting in the audience, your grandparents, your siblings, your mentors, your partners. They propped you up when you didn't see the shoulders on which you rested. Please, please thank them today. Hug them. Take photos. Celebrate them. They've earned this day as much as you have. Graduates, you're ready. You have what it takes. You're stepping into a world of extraordinary complexity, but I believe extraordinary possibilities. This is the most exciting time to be alive. And you, the class of 2026, from right here, from Waterloo, are exactly the people the world needs. So stay curious, think big, take risks, and congratulations. You make us all very proud. It is now my pleasure to invite our Dean of Mathematics, Joaquin Konamen, to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Good morning, everyone. I know I speak for our faculty when I wish you congratulations on this graduation day. Today, you are at the end of one journey and the beginning of another, so there's no better time to talk about the future. Like our Chancellor mentioned, the news is full of AI and of headlines of doom and gloom, prophecies that AI will outpace us and steal our jobs. It is true that artificial intelligence is changing the world rapidly and transforming what our work looks like. But to me, the transformation is exciting. AI is not here to replace us, but to be a powerful partner capable of building tools and systems more intricate than any we have seen before. In this age of machine learning, what you have learned here at Waterloo as humans is more valuable than ever. A machine can generate an answer, but as our Chancellor said, you have learned how to ask what the question is and how to verify whether the answer to this question truly holds. That judgment is yours in the end, and it is the very thing that makes the partnership work at all. Fields medalist Bill Thurston wrote once that the product of mathematics is clarity and understanding, not theorems by themselves. The interesting thing here is that he wrote those words not in a famous paper, but in a reply to a young person who feared they were not gifted enough to belong in mathematics. Math is not merely algorithms and equations, but living discipline of curiosity and inquiry, sustained by the community of people who practice it. In your time at Waterloo, you have studied not only programming languages and problem sets of hard problems, but how to ask questions, how to verify and certify their answers, how to break boundaries, and most importantly, how to imagine. While others are reacting to a changing world, you have learned how to shape it. Wherever the future takes you, please know that all of us, your professors, your classmates, and your many, many supporters are cheering you on. Congratulations, class of 2026. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I now request that you confer the degrees upon the graduates of the Faculty of Mathematics.
Would the members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Please be seated, and congratulations once again.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It is now my pleasure to welcome you, class valedictorian, Rena Young.
Thank you, Mr. President, for introducing me. Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates and guests, good morning. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of our class. As a daughter of my parents, an international student from China, a woman in STEM, and most importantly, alongside all of you, a member of the class of 2026. I am incredibly honored. I know that convocation speeches often talk about really grand ideas, things like AI, the future of the world, and how we're gonna change everything. Well, today, I'm not gonna do that, and I hope that is okay. Instead, I want us to rewind back together to the first day we arrived at Waterloo. For me, the first thing that surprised me was the wind. At the time, I had just moved into Abbey Hall in UWP. I took the elevator down, holding a bag of garbage that I was about to throw out. I pulled open the entrance door, and before I even realized, my bag of garbage just flew away effortlessly. And that's my first lesson learned as a freshman. I probably should have typed in that garbage bag. And fresh into Waterloo, I also had a very clear idea of what a successful university career looked like. A strong GPA, great co-op records, and a shiny full-time job lineup before I graduate. After all, we're mathematicians, we're financial analysts, we're data scientists. We like things that we can count and measure. But now, standing here at Convocation, when I think back on our time at Waterloo, here's a list of things that came to my mind. Countless nights studying in DC with my friends underground until the lights started flashing at 11:40 p.m. to tell everyone to go home. Speed watching a CS 133 lecture at 2 times speed, only to pause every 30 seconds to figure out what was actually happening. Filming dance covers with my friend outside E7 in freezing winter. Shout out to Heavy Dance Crew. These moments are what stayed with us, although they don't show up on a transcript or on a resume. And of course, not every moment here was easy. Class of 2026, we have been through tough things. From starting university during COVID with a virtual orientation, to a midterm with 43 as median and still no curve, to stepping into goose hoop on our way to class, in which if you say this never happened to you, I don't believe you sitting in here. For many of us in co-op, we did not have any break longer than 2 weeks in the past 5 years. We fought in the job hunting game 6 times, sent hundreds, thousands of applications, prepared for interviews while preparing for midterms. And so the Waterloo wind kept blowing fiercely, slowing us down, pushing us sideways. Sometimes we had to literally turn around and walk backwards against it just to make progress. But we kept moving forward. We adapted, we persevered, We failed fast, but got up even faster. My friends, we are wind fighters. And today, all of that effort has brought us here. So I want to say this clearly to everyone in the graduating class today, that I'm incredibly proud of this class, and you should be proud of yourself as well. Every one of you earned this moment right here in these graduating gowns. Last year, when I saw some of my friends in the class of 2025 planning their grad trips, I had a thought that I think many of us have had at some point. So in June 2026, if I graduate and I still haven't secured a full-time job, or if I didn't get into a master's program I wanted to, do I still get to go on grad trip? And after thinking about that for a second, I decided, yes, I would still go. Because the outcome of these past few years isn't just a GPA or an offer letter. It's the friends we made in this journey, the courage to keep applying after rejection emails, the confidence that comes from solving problems we once thought were impossible. The destination was never just a degree, it was the scenery along the way. So as we leave Waterloo today as graduates, I know that the road ahead will keep telling us to chase numbers, salaries, titles, rankings. But my hope for all of us is that we don't lose sight of the moment in between. When I was writing this speech, I was secretly hoping that the weather today would be calm and sunny, so we could all take nice photos outside with our fans and families without having to fight the wind. But if the weather today happens to be windy, then let the tassels of our caps and the edges of our gowns ride the Waterloo wind one more time. Not as students rushing across campus fighting the wind, but as graduates of the University of Waterloo, stepping firmly into wherever the wind takes us next. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Well done. Let's have another round of applause for your valedictorian. It's a great speech. Before we get started, my name is Lucas Ferfaro. I am honored to read everyone's name here on stage today, but before I do that, I'd like to share a brief few housekeeping notes to keep this ceremony running smoothly. To our guests, we kindly ask that you refrain from big boisterous cheering, and please remain in your seats as the graduate crosses the stage. Professional photographers are taking photographs of every graduate. There will be ample opportunity as well on the BMH green in the celebration that follows. To our graduates, this is your moment. Cross the stage, take it in. You guys deserve it. This is your day. We will begin with the conferral of doctoral degrees one at a time, followed by our masters, 3 at a time, and finally, our bachelor's graduates, 1 at a time. And now, it's the moment that you guys have all been waiting for. It is my pleasure to present the graduating class for the Faculty of Mathematics. Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Yuling Chen. Dr. Hangda Hu. Shanwei Li. Dr. Shanwei Li. Dr. Alex Lovey. Dr. Alexandra Karen Mussman. Dr. Xiaoya Wang. Dr. Henan Xu. Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Master of Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. Ahmed Abbas. Mohammed Azim. Karina Bala. Kai-Young Wise Chua. Chelsea Cherine Huffman. Yushin Kang. Kushi Kapoor. Sungjin Kim. Vishnavi Katuri. Pooja Krishan. Anson Lai. Shiyu Lin. Chin Yang Liu. Rulin Ma. Avanish Madaram. Alex Nan. Yuan Hao Peng. Preeti Raguraman. Tien Hung Shen. Shangru Tan. Xin Yuan Wang. Xuanyu Wang, Yuhua Sheng, Nana Ye, Xiaoming Zhao, Tony Zheng, Xingjian Zhou, Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Master of Mathematics. Jiang Cheng, Dario Anthony Greco, Lily Marie Seebach, Jai Sam Tan, Ola Anastasia Wallach, Huilin Yao, Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Master of Quantitative Finance. Maria Anishkina, Kirill Krasimirov Ilyev, Yuki Liu, Mei Si, Xin Yutian, Yuren Wang, Jishuan Yan, Shiyu Zhu, Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics Honors Program. Jean Brand, Sheng Chen, Xinyi Chen, Yan Cui, Henry Guo, Nicholas Samuel Haman, Nut Nam Ho, Hai Ying Huang, Andrew Hutchison, Amy Zhang, Zihan Zhang, Ajin Zhou, Arohi Katach, Kunyang Li, Yao Li, Sunny Liang, Chen Shu Liu, Zimo Liu, Nakan Lin Win, Peter Nicholson, Chiseng Nye, Matthew Christopher Perry. Hua Jin Sa. Shi Hong Shen. Harsahajvir Singh. Danieli Anika Smith. Mira Vasudevan. Enchi Wu. Jingyi Wu. Wenyu Wu. Yangjian Xiao. Weikun Xie. Jiaqin Shu. Sri Megana Yarlagada. Ivana Young. Ting Zhang. Xuanyu Zhang. Xining Zhang. Junhao Zhu. Yu Ying Zhu. Mr. Chancellor, I now present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics Honors Cooperative Program. Cindy Xinhui An. Sarah Elizabeth Archer. Joel Song Bae. Lakshya Balchandani. Radhika Bansal. Kai Leocadio Barinque. Mitchell James Bradbury. Jason Son Sai. Tian Yu Tsai. Tian Yang Sao. Siddharth Kapoor. Ralph Vincent Lumawag Karankang. Ambar Chakraborty. Ray Chang. Xinyuan Chang. Khizr Ali Chaudhry. Alan Yanshu Chen. Matthew Chen. Chinlin Chen. Racing Chen. Rikang Chen. Yiju Chen. Yuqing Chen. Ziao Chen. Evan Junhee Cho. Jae Yan Choi. Manuel Stephen Christopher. Jia Yi Chu. Erica Curie. Kevin Daniel. Christian Roland Demers. Samuel Dang. Yipeng Ding. Luke Kanata Doi. Mitchell Jordan Dolney. Yuming Du. David Gabriel Duguid. Ella Jean Monique Evelyn. Jillian Victoria Fabian. Sydney Ting Feng. Yirei Fang. Jai Gao. Meng Gao. Xinhui Gao. Jonathan William Johnston Guest. Hitakshi Gupta. Suman Han. Drishti Handa. Reichi Hao. Brandon Yuan He. Tyson Hogan. Zhenqi Hu. Haiyang Huang. Helen Si Yuan Wang. Jia Yi Huang. Victoria Huang. Stephen Im. Daniel Dexter Jacobson. Ishan Jatain. Haley Hyeryeon John. Li Ying Ji. Lauren Jia. Harry Zhang. Karen Yihua Zhang. Sishu Zhang. Sichi Jin. Agamdeep Singh Kalra. Tane Kashyap. Gurnika Kaur. Sophia Kim. Iris Kim. Hannah Kim. Yijun Kim. Aaron Krishna Pillai. Navya Manoj Kumar. Peter Kushnov. Ronald Kachung Lam. Darren Alexander Lamkin Tang. Georgia Chloe Lee. Matthew Lee. Cassidy Lee. Clement Lee. Nelson Mingxuan Lee. Yuchen Lee. Anson Liang. Jingzhe Lin. Lu Yulin. Su Zhenling. Brian Liu. Jifei Liu. Ming Liu. Qinghan Liu. Sha Liu. Siqi Liu. Fozan Loti. Madison Marie Lucine Chang. Michelle Liu. Ishin Liu. Kevin Ma. Nancy He Ma. Yihua Ma. Peter Christian Mader. Kao Wai Mak. Quentin Wai Yin Mak. Shabam Malik. Dhruv Matter. Josh McKee. Samantha McPherson. Jayesh Mehta. Mira Mehta. Divya Miglani. Rahul Modi. Danielle Mushtaq Mohammed. Justin Harold Mohan. Natalie Morosin. Johan Ing Fung Nyov. Eric Misha Nikulianu. Who's Misha? Claudia Natalie Nister. Om Patel. Nico Peng. Hubert Fu. Andre Darius Popa. Peter Chi. Jeffrey Jawei Chu. Tina Chu. Cheng Chu. Tyler Robert Quip. Karthik Sabari Ramesh Kumar. Ajit Taylor Ramprasad. Junyi Ren. Madison Taylor Ristori. Sayed Tenzib Rohan. Alina Sarasaji. Alua Saparbek. Arya Shah. Rachel Elizabeth Shade. Samuel Hung Hao Shen. Ivan Shiklaruk. Aaron Shum. Yuki Joey Shum. Paige Stone. Ziyoung Su. Owen Sway. Roshi Sun. Chloe Faith Tan. Yuzheng Ten. Rachel Tanya. Dhruv Tantia. Nak Lin Tran. Matthew Trong. Ayushi Tully. Arundathi Valora Vayalapra. Lucas David Violi. Ken Yu Wang. Chao Jung Wang. Moshe Wang. Peiran Wang. Pingting Wang. Shida Wang. Sia Wang. Victoria Rachel Wang. Xiao Di Wang. Yujia Wang. Yutong Wang. Marissa Dawn Whittle. Katrina Jane Vogelmuth. C.Y. Adam Wang. Callista Wu. Hengxing Xia. Yiran Xia. Yan Zhen Shang. Zhuo Yixiang. Kexin Xie. Jingya Shu. Lucy Xu. Xinwen Xu. Yuchen Xu. Yushin Shua. Cindy Le Young. Zhen Yang. Rena Yang. Kevin Ye. Adam Yo. Kunmin Yu. Zhongying Yu. Quan Yuan. Amy Yen. Chen Jingwei Zhang. Peining Zhang. Bohan Zhang. Eric Boji Zhang. Haoru Zhang. Haotang Zhang. Xiaoqi Zhang. Xinyuan Zhang. Yijia Zhang. Yushin Zhang. Xin Zhao. Angel Zhang. Bingyi Zhou. Eric Kan Zhu. Owen Heng Zhao. Yue Zhou. Zealand Zhou. William Zhu. Ti Lin Zuo. Yu Fei Zong. All right, you guys, I told you there would be a time to blow the roof off this place. Let's see what you got. Make some noise for these graduates right now. Congratulations to all the new faculty of mathematics.
Thank you. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but were unable to be present for today's convocation.
I confer the degrees in absentia.
Thank you. To our graduates and new alumni, my heartfelt congratulations on this accomplishment. Thank you to all of the family and friends who've gathered here today to join our graduates in this celebration and for supporting them during their academic journey. And to our new graduates, thank you. You now join our global community of more than 260,000 alumni around the globe, helping our institution stay connected to the world around us. Over the years, I've had the privilege of meeting many alumni across stages, starting with those newly minted at Convocation. I'm always inspired by their bold plans for life after university and seeing their accomplishments as they have moved through their life. Waterloo graduates are known for integrating knowledge and innovation across disciplines. They are known for their courage, creativity, and resilience. Above all, they are known for approaching challenges in unique ways and uncovering impactful solutions. At Waterloo, we think differently, act with purpose, and work together to make the world a better place. Take the knowledge and inspiration that you have acquired here at Waterloo, as many before you have, and make a difference in the world. As you have benefited from attending Waterloo, this institution has benefited from having you as a part of our community. This convocation also marks my final one as president of the University of Waterloo. Like many of you, we started at this institution coming out of the pandemic. It has been an immense privilege to work together with every member of this community as we move through challenging times. While your next chapters will take you to many places, I hope you, as I will, remain connected to this extraordinary university and to one another. I wish you all the best in the future. And now, it is my pleasure to welcome back Mayangan Henry, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper, to provide the Indigenous closing. Elder Henry.
Bujo, you know, in the Indigenous communities, the elders play a huge role. They're there with you when you're born, they watch you grow as a youngster, and they watch you in all your successes. And they record things in their mind and their heart. They watch you become adults and professionals, and they remind you of things once in a while. They'll come to your life and they'll say, you know, remember when you were young and struggling, and the support that you had was really important. So the Indigenous community would gather all the community together, and it's a little different from how you're sitting right now in the rows that you're sitting. We would have you sit in a big circle. And that way, in that circle is all the people that you went through this experience with. Some of them probably helped you through, maybe even at times when you thought you couldn't do it. Maybe some of the people that you're sitting with right now helped you along with that path and encouraged you to complete what you set out to do. So in that circle, it's our family, it's our friends, it's our community. And sometimes in that circle, the elders would come in and they would remind you of your experience. But they also wanted to remind you sometimes there's people that are no longer with us that helped you along your path, maybe grandparents or friends or anybody who you love so dearly. And maybe they didn't experience this moment with you, but they're still with us in spirit. And the elders would always make sure that we remember them because they're so important to us. And they're with us today. They're thinking about you and all the beautiful things that you've done. So in that circle, it becomes a circle of friendship and love. And that's really what this world is really needing so much of today. Now that you've come to this point in your career, the elders would ask you, what do you want to do with your new formed knowledge? And they have some advice. They said that this world is hurting. We're seeing climate change, we're seeing wars around the world. If you can be a part of that process to help this world become better, then your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren are going to come to a world that you've helped to create something more beautiful. And that's the best wishes our ancestors and our elders can offer to you, is to do what's right for this world and to share something that we don't do enough of in today's society. We don't talk about the love we have for each other. So a very important word in our culture is gidawin, which means I love you, and I hope that we get to choose to say those words more often, because we do. We love you here at the university, we love what you're going to do with your future, and we love your smiles as you cross the stage today. Miigwech, everybody. Thank you so much for helping us.
Stay with me. Thank you again, Elder Henry, and we're very grateful for all of your contributions and certainly those of the Cedar Hill singers to today's ceremony and all our ceremonies. Now, friends, these contributions are a very important reminder of the work that's underway and the work that still needs to be done in recognizing all of these historical and ongoing wrongs perpetrated against Indigenous peoples and the legacy of colonialism still in place today. This class, all the clapping and the fun, you're my favorite class at the moment. Before I adjourn Convocation, I'd like to have a selfie with you, and if you can all make some noise while I get the President and the Dean to come over here.
Got long enough hands?
Okay, I finally figured out how to make this work. Okay. All right, Elder Henry, come on in too. All right, let's get it all. Class, one more time. Congratulations, graduates. It is my privilege to officially adjourn Convocation. Please rise if you're able.